Hey guys, Jim here. Welcome back. Really appreciate you stopping by. Today I want to do part two of what will turn out to be a three-part 2025 National Sports Card Convention recap. In part one, I talked a little bit about my experience and some of the people that I met up with, some gifts that I received, and a few pickups. And today I want to get into some of the graded pickups that I had, and I'm going to jump right in and get started. So I picked up two graded boxing cards to add to my small but growing boxing collection. And so the first one is this 1946-47 Propagandas Montiel, and this is Jack Sharky. And these cards are just awesome. This set was produced in Cuba, and they're literally paper thin. And here's the back. Propagandas Montiel, Los Reyes del Porte, which means sporting kings. Very cool. Jack Sharky was a Boston guy. He was born in New York, but grew up in Boston, in the Boston area. And he was born Joseph Zukorskis, and he was Lithuanian. And he took the ring name Jack Sharky. He got that name from two of his idols, Jack Dempsey and Tom Sharkey. And he did that to gain acceptance in the Irish-dominated boxing world of Boston. And on August 18th, 1936, he fought Joe Louis, and he lost by knockout in the third round. And he then promptly retired with a record of 38 wins and 14 losses. And he was the only man to fight both Jack Dempsey and Joe Louis, losing to both. And he was inducted into the International Boxing Hall of Fame in 1994 and the Ring Boxing Hall of Fame in 1980. So there is Jack Sharky. Really cool to add that one to the collection. And the next one from the same set, James Braddock, Cinderella Man. There's the back on that one. Of course, James Braddock was born on the 48th, West 48th Street in Manhattan's Hell's Kitchen. He became a professional boxer at the age of 21, and after 3 years, his record was 44 wins and 2 losses with 21 knockouts. But in 1928, he lost a 15-round decision to Tommy Loughran. And in the process, he badly fractured his right hand. And so his hand never properly healed. And in the next 33 fights, he went 11 wins and 20 losses with 2 draws. And because it was the Great Depression, his family was in poverty. He was forced to give up boxing and work as a longshoreman. Well, during the process of working as a longshoreman, his hand was so badly injured that he compensated by using his left hand during his longshoreman work, and gradually it became stronger than his right hand. Eventually, he was given an opportunity to fight again, and in June of 1935, as a 10-1 underdog, he beat Max Baer to become the undisputed heavyweight champion, and he held the title until June of 1937, when he lost to Joe Louis in an 8th-round knockout. He retired in 1938 with a 55-25 record. He was inducted into the Ring Boxing Hall of Fame in 1964 and the International Boxing Hall of Fame in 2001. And of course, in 2005, the biographical film Cinderella Man tells Braddock's story. Russell Crowe starred as Braddock and Renee Zellweger as his wife. And if you have never seen that movie, I would highly, highly recommend for you to see it. It's a great movie, and it tells a story of a great man and a great fighter. Never give up kind of guy. And so just love learning about these old-time fighters. I mean, the history of boxing is just amazing and so much fun to learn. But anyway, moving on. Okay, so picked up a few Japanese cards for the collection. This first one is a beautiful 1968 shonen book Katsuya Nomura. And this is designated as a JGA 152. So JGA is a Japanese game card. And this is similar to, reminds me of the 68 Topps game cards, except these are way nicer and like 1,000 times more rare. Actually, Gary Engel, who is one of the top experts in Japanese baseball cards, he came out with a ranking system for vintage cards, pre-1973 vintage Japanese cards, and he ranks the rarity of them. So it starts out as NS, which is not scarce, which means that there's over 1,000 copies of each card, and then it goes R1, R2, R3, right to R5. And so R3 would be like between 11 and 100 copies of each card. R4 would be less than 10 known copies of each card, and R5 would be 5 or less known copies of each card. And this particular set is ranked in R4, so there's less than 10 known copies of each card of these. And so there's Katsuya Nomura. And also from the same set, I picked up Isao Haramoto. And so I've got those two. Now, with Japanese baseball cards, I collect, other than Ichiro and Shohei Ohtani, who both played in the Major League Baseball, the four main Japanese players that I collect are Sadaharu Oh, Shigeo Nagashima, Katsuya Nomura, and Isao Haramoto. And so I've got those two. And this one I actually added to the collection last year. So this Sadaharu Oh. So I only need to get Shigeo Nagashima, and I'll have all four of the top four guys that I collect from this set. You know, that's one of the cool things about Japanese baseball cards is there's like compared to regular American baseball cards, there's so many rare sets, like, and rare cards. Like, you could have all the money in the world, but certain cards you can't just go out and buy them because you can't find them. And it hasn't correlated in value because there's just not a whole heck of a lot of people that collect this stuff. So, you know, the hard to find rare stuff is what really, I really love that, man. This is what the backs look like on these. They look really cool together. So like I said, yeah, kind of like Topps game, except way nicer. The images obviously are way nicer, and probably at least 1,000 times more rare than the 68 Topps game. And so you can see Nomura, he is Jack of Diamonds, and Haramoto is the 6 of Diamonds, and Sadaharu Oh is the King of Diamonds, and he definitely was the king. So yeah, I mean, those three guys, along with this pickup, Nagashima, those four guys, you know, on anyone's list, they're in the top 10 greatest Japanese baseball players of all time, and arguably the top 5 greatest Japanese players of all time. And so here is Nagashima, 1973 Kalby. So 1973 Kalby is really just a classic set. It was the first year for Kalby, and they are now the second longest continually running producer of baseball cards behind Topps. They've made a set every year for the last 53 years and counting. Actually, 52 years. Yeah, 52 years. This is a great looking card. Nice Nagashima with the swing there. He's got his head down looking at the ball, just the way they teach it. Beautiful card. And this is card number 2 in the set. And here's the back. See card number 2. And recently, several months back, I picked up card number 1 in the set, and that is Nagashima also. So now I have both of them, card number 1 and card number 2. And this one here, obviously being the very first card of the very first Kalby set, is a very, very classic and very desirable card. And it's really cool to have both of them now. And also, I think it's the first 99 cards in the set. They have 2 different backs. They have this one, both of these have the bats. They call those the bat backs. And that indicates here JC1. They also have these in another version, JC2, which is exactly the same front and exactly the same back, except for instead of the bats, there's flags. There's a flag, a team flag for whatever team they played for. And it's my understanding that these bat backs are more desirable. And the bat backs are only, I think, the first 100 or first 99 cards of the set. I'm not exactly sure on that. But anyway, that is the Japanese pickup. Shout out to my friend, our friend, Robert, over at Prestige Collectibles. I bought those 3 from him. Actually, I bought all 5 of those cards from him. I bought the other 2 previously, also from Robert. But anyway, moving on. I saw these cards. This guy had a stack of OPGs. I thought about my friend Rob, Cash Cards. Man, he's been killing it with the OPG pickups lately. This guy at the show had some Yaz OPGs, so obviously I jumped on those. This is just a beautiful 77. Mint condition, perfectly centered. Man, I just love the OPGs. And look at the back. The back is so much nicer than the tops, nice and light. Big and bold there, OPG, printed in Canada. Really cool card. Sticking with Yaz and OPG. Here's the 72 OPG. Kalia in action. Just a great photo. Love that photo of him. Beautiful card. Really nice condition. The back is just beautiful too. Love the colors. Love the little drawings there. You got an offer for special cards. Series 1, it talks about the league leader cards. And then in Series 2, you got the World Series playoff game cards. 12 of your favorite stars on special action cards. You can see it there. It's in English and French. Just love the back on that one. Then, sticking with OPG, the 1971 OPG American League batting leaders. We got 2 Hall of Famers on there. There's my guy Yaz, Tony Oliva. Again, this card is in great condition. You don't have any chipping, any white on the borders or the corners, very little. Just great, really great condition for this card. A little bit off center, but who cares? Just a great looking card. And of course, Alex Johnson won the 1970 American League batting title. He actually beat out Yaz by 0.0004 percentage points. You see there that it says that they both batted .329, but Johnson was 0.0004 percentage points ahead of Yaz to win the title. I'm not good with math, but I think 0.0004 is like 4/10,000ths of a percent. I think. If I'm wrong, someone can correct me, but it's very, very barely measurable in my opinion. But anyway, Alex Johnson won the batting title. Yaz came in second, and Tony Oliva was third. I love that it's got all the rankings here listed, all the way down to Mincher for Oakland at 246. But the backs on these are really nice too. I like the color. Regular 71 Topps kind of has that drab green and gray. These look so much nicer. And so anyway, we had Johnson, 329, Yaz, 329, Tony Oliva, 325. Luis Aparicio, Hall of Famer, was 4th at 313. Frank Robinson, Hall of Famer, 5th at 307. Reggie Smith from my Red Sox came in at 307. Munson was 302 for the Yankees. And Danny Cater, playing for the Yankees at the time, was 301 batting average. He went on to play a few years for my Red Sox. Cesar Tovar for the Minnesota Twins was at 300, and rounding out the top 10 was Lou Piniella there at 300 batting average as well. So very, very cool, very cool. Just love those OPG cards. And so the last pickup from this episode is going to be this beautiful, absolutely beautiful 1949 Bobby Doerr. Just love, love, love this card. Mid-grade with high eye appeal. I mean, look at the centering on this card. Look at the colors. I mean, this card could be graded a 6 or a 7, and I wouldn't question it. But you know what? High eye appeal, mid-grade price. Thank you very much. I'm a big, huge fan of 49 Bowman. Just love the colors, man. The background colors, especially like the reds and the blue backgrounds on those. Just beautiful. Really love this card. And I want to give a shout out to my friend George, Diamond Yard Sports Cards. Picked this up from him. The back looks pack fresh. Such a great looking card. George, he's always nice to deal with. He's always wants to make sure you get a fair deal and you're happy, and I definitely was happy with this one. So thank you, George. Well, that's all I got, guys. I'll talk to you all soon. Appreciate you watching. Bye for now.